Welcome back everyone to my Manchester United career on FIFA 19. Yes, we start this episode, this Season 2 roundup with the bad news that we did lose the Champions League final to Real Madrid. There is Casemiro doing a John Terry and standing next to the trophy. He didn't even feature in that Champions League final, but yet he's there celebrating it with his team. I don't think he even started in any of the games in the Champions League this season. Well, anyway, in today's episode, we're just going to have a quick Season 2 recap. I know there's not much to really go over when it comes to trophies. One, we didn't win anything, unfortunately. We lost the league. We got knocked out of both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And as you know, we lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid. We need to put that behind us as quick as possible. We need to move on. The summer, things are going to have to change. We're going to have a bit of a clear out. We're going to have to buy big for a big season ahead. Let's just quickly go through some of these contracts that need renewing. Players like Fosu Mensah, Twanzebe and also Rashford, I will definitely be renewing their contract. We'll give them what they want. They are going to heavily feature in the team next season, although we do need to be buying some quality. I think we've got the money to do it in the summer, so why not? We need to go all out. We need to, as one of you guys said in the comments below in that Champions League final, we need to review our transfer policy. So what we're going to do, we're going to extend Hamilton. He's a good fringe player, someone that we can use maybe in the early stages of a domestic cup competition like the FA Cup. And I think that is it. We've got Rashford. We've definitely got to offer him a new contract. We'll just give him whatever, 220,000 a week, important for 5 years. Done. So that is contract extensions complete. Let's go and have a look at our squad report and how well players have been getting on this season. So at first then, for Manchester United, David De Gea made 51 appearances in all competitions and managed to keep 14 clean sheets. Obviously not as good as last season. It's probably down to our defence not being up to scratch this season. We did manage to concede quite a lot of silly goals, which we could have easily have avoided. And that's something we're going to have to work on throughout the summer and also next season. I'm not going to put it all down on the fact that Harry Maguire got injured at the start of the season and was out for 6 weeks. And when he came back from injury, he just didn't seem his usual self. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't work with Harry Maguire in defence once he came back from injury. He completely changed. Whether that's because it's FIFA changing with their updates and whatnot, I'm not sure. But we're going to try and get Harry Maguire back into the first team. Maybe get a bit of a partnership going on between him and Lindelof. Maybe even Bailly next season. Although we do have De Ligt, who has been lit. Yes, I'm using that again for us this season. I mean, he's made 39 appearances. Kept a total of 11 clean sheets. Which is just so solid at the back. And to think that he's only at the age of 20 still. He's got a very long way to go and a lot to win for Manchester United. And I'm just thinking now, maybe a partnership of De Ligt and Harry Maguire, two commanding defenders, might work. I might try that out in maybe our first couple of games anyway of the new season, and we'll see how we get on. But players like Matic and Mata, they're getting on a bit now. They're probably going to slip into that fringe player / backup role for next season, because Fred this season, I was not expecting him to break out into the first team as he has. He's really I gave him a few opportunities and he was brilliant for me. Using him on FIFA has just been an absolute breath of fresh air, an absolute whirlwind. Really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what Season 3 will bring for him. I mean, him working alongside Tielemans and Pogba in that midfield of 3 has certainly helped us in some important games, especially in the Champions League. He made 7 appearances in that and had 3 assists with an 8.10 rating, so it's not too bad for Fred. He was brilliant and he certainly did help us along our way, and so did this man, Yuri Tielemans, coming in at the start of the season in the summer. Wow. We got rid of one Belgium in Marouane Fellaini. He left for Everton in the summer and we replaced him with another Belgium in Yuri Tielemans, and he, alongside Paul Pogba, that partnership, it's absolutely flourishing. And Season 3, again, is going to be big. A lot of players at the moment looking at the likes of Pereira, Fred, Pogba, that midfield is going to be stacked next season, and I'm not sure whether I need to improve on it. I mean, I might sell. I know a lot of you guys have been saying to get rid of Carvalho, and now that I look back on that signing back in the summer was kind of a bit of a I want to say panic buy, but it wasn't a panic buy. It was trying to have quality and depth in the team, and he's been a player that's been heavily linked with United for quite a few seasons now in real life, and I wanted to see him on FIFA. I wanted to see how well he would work for us, but obviously didn't quite work out this season. So I think in the summer we will get rid of him, but who do I replace him with? Do I need to replace him? Do I just cash in on him, get rid of him and be done with it, and try and work on the likes of Gomez, who we could drop into central midfield at some point throughout the season? Do I continue to work with Tom Davis? Do I just hope that Tielemans, Pogba and Fred will stay completely fit throughout the season and don't get injured? Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys, with our situation with our midfield. Does it need improving? Let me know. And who would you replace? Who would you bring in? That'd be interesting to see. Players like Gomez and Chong, though, they've had a few games here and there. Chong did feature heavily in those last 3-4 games of the season. He did feature in that game against Man City and really performed well. And since I started this career mode save back in September, I've been working him in training, and you can see that he's gone up 5 again. He's up to an overall rating of 79. He's still at the age of 20. Again, just like De Ligt, he's got a long way to go, and Gomez as well. Now, in Season 2, Romelu Lukaku got injured. He was out for 6 weeks, like Harry Maguire, and when he came back, he just didn't seem himself. Although, saying that, he made a total of 44 appearances, managed to bag 19 goals, still ended up being our top goal scorer this season in all competitions. Obviously not as good as his record from our first season, and it was Marcus Rashford that was given the nod, and he stepped up perfectly. 32 appearances in the Premier League, 12 goals and 9 assists, and he featured heavily in the Champions League. 12 games there with 6 goals scored. Anthony Martial also working in tandem with Marcus Rashford going forwards. I did start him on the bench quite often towards the end of last season, Season 2. We're certainly going to have to get him more involved for Season 3. So we've got some players returning from loan. Just going to go ahead and delete this. We've got James Wilson back, Roshan Williams, he is back, and so is Callum Gribben, who I don't think played for Swansea last season. So that's it for Season 2, that's it for this quick recap. Don't forget to leave your transfer suggestions in the comments below. Things are going to change, Season 3 is going to big, because we've got to win big. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.